what if we could get back on topic in the comment section and change the way that content is shared as we know it today? I am going to be so bold and say something that I'm sure many people might disagree with, especially if you're in the publishing industry, but I believe that the comment section across the internet is broken as we know it today, which is really frustrating because, you know, in the last couple of years, we've come across major advancements. You know, 5 years ago, you couldn't just blog and get published. Somebody had to actually want to publish you. Now you can go to WordPress, Blogger, Tumblr, and set yourself up and get discovered, right? The comment section has not evolved. Major respected publications are also experiencing this. For example, Popular Science has actually completely shut down their comment section. They felt that the comments were so off topic and took away from the integrity of their pieces that they said, no more. You can't comment on our articles. Guess what? They lost a huge chunk of their community. It made people feel like they weren't welcome to participate in the conversation. It felt like their publishers didn't want to engage with them. What kind of world have we come to today where we can go into the comment section under an avatar and spew hate and attack people that we don't know, judge their personal lives, and make their lives miserable, and in a permanent way that stays on the internet for other future people to read? Employers, prospective mates, people that you work with, colleagues that respect you, to have strangers tear that down in a permanent manner. So, how can we fix this? That's kind of a difficult, you know, big theory question. Currently, the way the marketplace fixes it is through moderation. Moderation either by the publication with rules that they have outlined or self-regulated through the community as allowed by publications to, you know, flag. How many of you guys use Discus or have seen it? That's the type of comment section where somebody can post a comment or a reply and you can upvote it or downvote it or flag it as spam. You guys all know what I'm talking about? That's a phenomenal tool, but guess what? You can upvote hateful messages. How did that solve the problem? It didn't. And the other issues with moderation is that it restricts freedom of speech. I mean, when you as a publisher tell me that I can only post certain things, you're predisposing me to the notion that my opinion is not trusted in its natural, free-flowing state. And the last time I checked, you can't regulate my opinions. They're mine and mine alone. So, good job, modern tools, for making that attempt, but we still haven't fixed the comment section. So let's pretend today a little bit. Let's pretend for a moment that the whole point of blogging and writing and sharing content is to build resonance with a community who share your values and beliefs. It turns out that pretend really isn't necessary. That's a real thing. That is the point of why we write. In fact, I changed careers because of this. And have dedicated myself to reimagining how we share content, as Andrew mentioned. I work for a startup called Metal, and what I've learned at Metal in working with users, with authors, with publishers, with readers, is that authors and communities want to connect. Authors write so that people who believe what they believe will say, yes, I agree with you, or no, I don't. Let's start a conversation about this. And readers who seek out content are also looking for a way to connect. It's human nature. And if you get rid of the comment section, guess what? It's kind of hard to connect. So what would the world look like if the comment section invited you, the reader, to co-create and co-author along with the author of the editorial that you're reading or with the publication? That would be a true op-ed experience. You know, most people confuse op-ed for opinion editorial. How many of you guys thought that? Yeah, me too. It took me a while to learn that one. But op-ed doesn't mean that. While it can be an opinion piece, op-ed actually traditionally means opposite the editorial feature. How many of you actually see that in online publications? No hands. Because you don't, it doesn't exist. You know what's opposite the editorial in an online publication? Advertising. Thank you. It's monetizable real estate. It's link bait. It's catchy titles that make you click and you get there and you're like, hey, this article had nothing to do with this title. You have taken me for one and pulled the wool over my eyes. How deceitful. But imagine if you could see that in an online publication. How would that change your readership experience? It would probably be more related. So, what if you could create your own mini op-eds? What if those mini op-eds allowed for you to extend the life of the conversation directly with the author? What if those mini op-eds that you're creating were discoverable? They could be found on the internet. You know, when you comment on something now on the internet in a major online publication, it's not indexed by the search engines. People can't find it. It's not helping your personal brand in any way, shape, or form. You're just contributing to the noise. But what if you could? What if you could be discovered for your opinion because your opinion mattered? And what if those opinions could be shared? What if they could be embedded into your blog posts, into other places that you apply your personal branding to? And what if they enhanced your SEO? Would you then venture into the comment section? Would you then participate? I think so. I think people might throw themselves to the lion's den if they had something to gain out of it. What if it forced skin into the game for the commenters? What if instead of hiding behind their avatars and their judgments, by creating these op-eds, they were forced to justify why they thought what they thought? It would make them more vulnerable. Guess what? You know what happens in comment sections where people point and go, this is crap. You're a horrible author. I don't know why people read this. How did you get to be published? There's no vulnerability in that. That's shameful. And yet it happens every single day. But if you could only comment by backing up why you thought what you thought, I guarantee you a lot of those things would go away because people who are narrow-minded aren't going to spend the time to back it up because they usually don't have those kinds of opinions. And would that force commenters to play a little bit more fair and elevate the game of what we're trying to do? How would that improve the quality of resonance between authors and communities? It would bring us back on topic, wouldn't it? And isn't that what we all want? So I get to do this every day. These are the types of problems I get to solve at Metal. How can we create communities through authentic, insightful engagement? So let's stop pretending. And I invite you to join me in doing. Thank you.